starting to charge up. It's coming, and it's time for me, Gazbot, to power on! Welcome to me and you and Friday. I'm Gazbot, the notorious G-A-Z, that's B-O-T to you. And here we're gonna, let me switch over to my scene. It's Art! We're here for Twitch Request Live every Friday, 5:30 to 7, taking requests, sketching up things. We got a couple people already hanging out. I appreciate that. Looks like we got Creed and PD Palmiotti checking me out. Thank you for that. Always liking chats, lurks, requests, etc. So, now, for those of you that have been here before, you know that basically what I do is take requests and do quick sketches of them for the peoples. And that's what I'm going to be doing today, but with a slight twist. When I open the art queue, actually let me clear it right now. When I open the art queue, because it's International Women's Day today, March, what is it, 8th? March 8th, Friday, March 8th. Why is that hard to say? March 8th. Anyway, all requests must be female characters. It could be a robot, it could be a monster, it could be, but it has to be a female because we're doing International Women's Day, and I am not seeing Captain Marvel yet, so instead, I am doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, let me close that little window so I can see the chats. Don't save. Where's my chat window? I just had it open. Sorry, everybody. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to open up the queue. All right, the queue is open. And that means, okay, there we go. Oh, and Dolly Girl, hey, what's up? Happy Friday. So we have opened up the art request list. And as always, you put an exclamation point, the word request, space, and then the character you want. But as I said, today, for an International Women's Day, only doing female characters. So put in a female character. If it's not a female character, I will erase it so that you could put in a different one. And like I said, it could be a robot, it could be a monster, it could be a cat, it could be a human, it could be a superhero, whatever, as long as it's a female character. And speaking of female characters, what I'm working on here is a sketch of my own character. Yes, happy Friday, Dolly Girl. My own character named Boots, who is the main human protagonist in my independent kaiju comic, The Horror A4, which I'm currently working on issue 3 of. So I'm doing a quick sketch of her while we let the requests get in and build up, and then I will go to my usual thing, which is where I randomly choose to see what gets picked. And so I'm interested to see what kind of requests we get today with a limitation, which I haven't done before. And I've thought about doing themed shows before, and it seemed like this was a good one since that's today. Just happened to fall on today, so that works out. So I'm not gonna bring this to full, finished art, just like I don't bring anything to full finished art. But this is the head sketch female character that I have chosen for myself today, which again is Boots. So let me see. Excuse me. So, Dolly Girl, I see your request. What is it? Female pink flying pig. Okay. A little bit of a skirt around the theme, but allowable. I guess a flying pig could be female. Sure, why not? Let me go back to dashboard console. It's funny, Peter Palmiotti's in here. Maybe he's lurking, but he previously has requested Tank Girl, which I ended up doing when he wasn't here because somebody else requested it for him. But that would be a perfect one for today. Also, Marshall Lee, who I don't think is here, always requests Battle Angel Alita, another on-theme one. So it's funny that some of the most requested female characters, their requesters, are not here today. I don't like the way I just did that eye. Let me back that up a little bit. There we go. I'm going to zoom in, zoop, zoop, and then move this over. I need to update. I have the little things scrolling, and one of them is for a werewolf comic I'm working on for an anthology for the 100s, and the other is just a bunch of commission work and things I've done. And I set those up a while ago, and I realized I should probably update them because it's just the same stuff over and over again. What I might, maybe I'll make them themed too. Like one could be like all my Power Ranger headshots, and one's Godzilla, something like that. So it's a little bit more, a little less random, and it'll constantly update as I do new art in those categories. Because the way it works is you hook it up to a file folder on your computer. So right now if I want to update it, I have to manually go in and do it. But if it's just a folder that I'm dumping that art in anyway, then it would update automatically. So I've just talked myself into it. Whatever I do, I'm going to make it a folder that I don't have to go in and update just for this, but is more, actually I'm going to make that all black and then I'll put a white on top. It would be easier. Let's see. Creed Stonegate. I request Dr. Blight from Captain Planet, and Dolly Girl loves Captain Planet. Yeah, I knew if thanks for the request, Creed. I knew if if Creed was in here, it would be some cartoon character, but I wasn't sure what. I was like, will it be like Jane Jetson or whatever? So that's a pretty cool one. Dr. Blake. I'll have to look up a reference. I know who she is. I kind of remember her wearing like a pink pantsuit or some kind of pink something. I'll have to look it up, but definitely another good pick. All right, let me. It's funny. I'm having. What am I doing? Something looks a little off here. I don't know why. From the way I normally draw her. I haven't drawn her in a little while, so I'm getting rusty on my own character, which is funny. Go in. I don't want to get too precious on this. I realize I'm doing it as though I was doing a panel of the comic, and that's much too detailed and precious, so I gotta just power through here. Her hair, oh well, her hair's gotta be black too. That's gonna make a big difference once I fill that in. Let's see. Whoa, it's a samurai ox bashing his way into the party. Hello, sir. And for those just joining, we're doing a theme today since it's International Women's Day. Oh, and thank you for the host, Ox. Appreciate that. It's International Women's Day today, so all requests must be female characters. They don't have to be human, but they have to be female. That is the caveat we've put for today's show as a theme. And that's why I'm starting with boots. Boots, 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 boots. And I'm not going to be doing color on this, so don't worry. I will put a little bit of grayscale. But the comic is in black and white. I mean, I've drawn her in color on the cover because the cover's color, but she's really a black and white kind of lady. Don't call her a lady. I don't know. I guess you could call her a lady. She's rude, but that doesn't mean she's not a lady. She's rude for justice. Let's see. Samurai Ox. Oh, request Bride of Frankenstein. That's a good one, too. Look at some interesting choices. See, this is kind of what I hoped would happen. By putting the theme on, I would stimulate some brain juices to maybe think of characters that wouldn't be what you would normally request. So, I don't know. I'll see how this... Like I said, I've thought about doing theme ones before. I've thought about doing, like, must be a Power Rangers character or something like that. But I didn't want to get too limiting. But, yeah, this I like it already. I'm already happy with the choice. I mean, it's also easy if Fridays keep falling on like a holiday or like an honorific day or something like that. That'll make it easy too. Like if it's on President's Day, it has to be a president. Could be fictional, could be a robot, but has to be a president. Or like Arbor Day, has to be a tree. Treebeard or Groot, one of the two. Otherwise, Christmas is our living Christmas tree. I guess in Doctor Who there were some evil ones. Were they alive? I don't know. That might get tough with some of these. Let's see. Samurai Ox, boots and boots and boots and boots and boots. Yeah, it's very boots and boots and boots and boots. It's very singable. All right. Definitely need more black in the hair, but I'm going to leave it for now. Actually, I haven't even checked time. Okay. I'll do a quick whoops on this. I'll definitely put just a few lines in here, and then I'll put some gray and black to pop everything out, and then I'll move on to the first request. I think right now there's only 3 in there, so everybody's got a good shot at it. And as I was saying last week, I previously always said, oh, everyone's got an equal chance, even if you come in at the end of the stream. But then as I thought about it, I'm like, that's not actually true. You have an equal chance when you're in the queue with whoever you're in of getting chosen. But if you've been in the queue multiple times, you get more chances. And early on, these early queues often have less people in them than the later queues. So you always have an equal chance in that moment, but getting to the show early gives you a better chance overall. And that's one to grow on. Peter Palmiotti, when is this starting? What? It started right now. Can you not see it, Peter? Try refreshing. He probably can't hear me. I'm going to type it in. There we go. Something I found is that, oh, hey, Danny, welcome to the stream. I was just explaining that it's the same as normal, except for today's requests have to be female characters because it's International Women's Day. It doesn't have to be a human, but it has to be a female. So that's the goal when you put in your request. Keep that in mind. Hopefully Peter gets in. Let me see. Turn this off. Okay, that's working. I did notice one time I was waiting for someone else's stream to start, and then when it started, I was hoping I could just fill that in. When it started, things didn't switch over. So sometimes, like because it was hosting someone else automatically, it didn't switch. So that might be what happened with Peter. So hopefully, if he refreshes, it'll make everything work out. All right, let me see if I can fill it now. Man, no. What do I got to fill here? Click. Oh, you know what? Let me change. I'll lower the. I'll raise the tolerance to 30. Tolerance is like how many pixels you can get away with having a gap in, or pixels of difference between colors, things like that. So yeah, no, doesn't matter how much I raise it. There must be a huge gap. All right. So I'll put it back down to 30. And I will make a layer under, oops, layer under here. Turn that off. No. That's the ink layer. Okay, so turn that off. And I'm just gonna make, I'm not doing color, but I'm gonna do a quick black layer underneath. The way I do her hair in the comic, and I'm gonna kind of fake it right here, is I mostly make it black, and then I'll go in and erase to show strands in the hair. So it's a little bit of a cheat. But I don't know. I guess traditionally you would fill it in and leave the white, although you could use white out too, but I don't know. This is just what I'm doing. Especially now that I got to get it done quick, it's much easier to do it this way. I mean, the back of the hair, you can see I did put a little bit of strands. But for this big old chunk, I think it'll just be easier. And she's got kind of a headband thing too. And I do the same thing where I make it black and then I just draw the white. Oh my gosh, seriously? I thought I got it that time. What did I not connect? Connect, 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 connect. All right. Let's see. Danny requests Mothra. Oh, that's a good one. Female monster. That works. Peter Palmiotti. Ah, okay. Thanks. Okay, cool. It was a refresh thing. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. That's a bad system where if you're watching it. So hey, welcome to the stream officially, Peter. That's a bad system where if you're watching it, getting ready, and then it doesn't switch over. I don't know why it does that. I might have to send like a little comment card into Twitch and let them know I'm not happy about that situation. Peter, welcome to the stream. Just so you know, we're doing requests as always. You do exclamation point, request, space, and then the name of the character. But today, because it's International Women's Day, only female characters are allowed. So it doesn't have to be a human, but it has to be female. All right, so now that I have all the black, what I would do is cut in like this, say, to sort of show the texture. And then I'll do some up here. And we'll let a little shadow be in the middle. Sometimes I go the opposite. A lot of times with dark hair, you'll have like mostly black with like a white line kind of in the middle. But I'm going to do the exact opposite this time for no particular reason. Okay. Let's see. Peter saying, hey, everybody, Dolly Girl, take away my request, new request. Oh, okay. I'll do that. Before I pick it, I will do that for you, Dolly. Peter, I was about to suggest boots. Huh? Well, thanks, Peter. I like the way you think. I'm almost done with her. I'm going to put a little gray in, and then I will remove Dolly's request so she could put a new one in, and then I will pick the first random person to see what I will be drawing next. And the black of the hair, yeah, I'm going to fill all this in too, just to make it easier. And then I'll put just one quick gray layer on top of everything, and then we'll call this one Dunzo. I think I'm going to leave her headband white, which it normally isn't, but just to expedite the process here. All right, so some fill-ins should work. Yep. Perfect. And I'll do a little bit of erase, not as much as on the other hair, but just to, so it's not so perfectly black. All right, and then, actually, you know what? I should put a couple little teethers. I'm angry. A little bit of gums. Look at her. She's, I'm Boots. You said something I didn't like, which is almost anything. Okay. So quick layer. Actually, you know what I'll do? But I'll put in the gray layer, but I will, Dolly, I'll clear your request first so you have a chance to put the new one in. So let me quick go into the queue. And I'm clearing Dolly Girl's remove. Yes. Okay, Dolly Girl, your request is cleared, so you're free to put a new one in. Let me go back to console. What does that say? Hold on, I missed something in chat. Peter, I was gonna. Ox says, "I wonder if there's a female cheddar gal." You don't do it. Crease Stonegate, pick me. I'm random. You are random. Peter Palmiotti, Furiosa. Oh, nice, cool. And everybody's saying hello to everybody, so that works. All right, so let me put in the gray layer, and then I will do the random pick. And hopefully Dolly will have hers put in by then, and everybody will be happy and good. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to put the opacity at 100, but I will lower the whole layer down to 50. And we're going to put some, you know what? I'm going to do 2 layers. I lied, because I want to give her some lip color. So the way I do this a lot is when I work on grayscale, especially if it's digital and like for comic where I'm going to have to do it over and over again, I will use 1 layer of gray as like a color, and then the other will be shading. So like right now I'm putting dark in, but this is as though it was blue or red or a darker color that shows up, just to give it the illusion that it's more colored than it actually is, you know? And actually, I'll reverse this. This headband is not canon. It's the exact reverse of the colors it should be, but I'm doing it anyway. So I'll do that, and I'll put this at, sorry, this should be 25, and then I'll put another layer in at 25, and where it intersects with those shadows underneath, it will darken. So like if I say this half of her face, see how it darkens up the lipstick, or, you know, probably not lipstick, but just the color of the lips. So put her, she's standing in some kind of shadowy alley, so it's got like a heavy dark shadow on everything. She's not the kind of girl that hangs out in brightly lit places a lot. She prefers the darkness. All right, put a little bit more under here. See what's going on in chat. Samurai Ox. Now, what is? I can tell that's Green Ranger, which is awesome. I haven't seen it, but it's Ouya, like oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't know what that is. Is that the name of a streamer? Is that in another language? Is that an inside joke I'm not getting? A reference to something on the internet? What am I missing? That's what I want to know. All right, so I'll just put a little bit of that shadow in the background too. And it's a little sloppy the way I did it, but, you know, whatever. We just want it to be done. Okay, so we're going to call that done until we can move on. So File, Save As. We'll go Boots. And she's done. I'm going to clear all this off, and then it's time for random pick. All right, so let's check the queue. So I have 5 in there. I have Creed, Samurai Ox, Danny, Peter Palmiotti, and Dolly. So if I did not say your name and you thought you put a request in, you did something wrong. All right, I'm going to take a picture. Because of the way this thing works, it removes one. Pick me, says Peter. All right, so pick random. Let's see. Who is missing? It is not Creed Stonegate. It is not Samurai Ox. It is not Danny F9. It is Peter Palmiotti. Peter Palmiotti with Furiosa. So that is what we're doing next. Congrats to the winner, and good luck to everyone else to be chosen next time. So back to console. I picked you Furiosally. Okay, now I'm going to go. I pretty much know what she looks like, but I'm going to go ahead and open a side window. Oh, right, Scarlet. Before I thought to do Boots, I was going to do Scarlet from G.I. Joe for my first one. So pardon my head leaving the frame as I type in Furiosa. I just want to get a good image reference. So for those that don't know, this is Furiosa. She was the character from Mad Max Fury Road. All right. That'll work. I think I found a good one of her face. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Oh no, the internet just said, "Oh snap, something went wrong while displaying this web page." Maybe I need to save. Uh-oh, something bad's happening. This is the second time that's happened to me where the stream just gets all. So if you could see me, please say so in chat, because I think I fixed it. It might have been because my whole computer didn't crash, just OBS, which is what I used to stream, and Google Chrome, which is what I was using to look up reference for Furiosa. Let's see. Still referring. Just an emphatic oh yeah. Like I'm really enjoying this and can only express in a manner that Al Pacino. Oh, Al Pacino, like, so it's like hoo-yah! But it's hoo-yah! Got it. I am back. Dolly Girl says hi. Okay, thank you very much. I suspect that the website I went to is what crashed me. I don't know that for sure, but it was like, no, I don't want to restore pages. But as soon as I opened it, it was a thing where like a pop-up came up, and it was like I was just looking for a picture, but it was like, oh, would you like to blah blah blah? And I'm like, what? No, I don't. And then everything went. So, Furiosa. Let's try this a second time and not go to that place. All right, let me find a picture that isn't from that site. Sorry. Okay. This looks good. Little face base. Oh, you know what? Okay, there we go. All right, so once again, for those that don't know, Furiosa. Maybe I was going to do just a headshot, but maybe more of like a full body thing would be cool. Or at least enough where I could show part of her arm. The funny thing is, a lot of the reference I'm finding for that is other artists, which I don't want to copy. Okay, wait, here we go. That'll work. Okay, got one. I just have to save the image. Sorry about that. Save. Okay, got it. Got the reference. Gonna close the website just in case that's killing me. Uh, let's see. Peter Palmiotti, I thought I was jinxed, lol. He picks my pick and drops out. Like, Peter, you win. Goodbye. No. All right, so I'm gonna move the canvas. I'm gonna tilt the canvas. Canvas rotation, 90 degrees. So we get a horizontal sort of situation going on here. Dupes, and then, oh, I just realized I had this going on in the background the whole time. Nope. All right. So I'll do what I usually do, which is sort of like a rough layer underneath, and then we'll refine from there. So I'll bring it down to 50% opacity with a size 70 brush. So I'm going to do not a full body, but not just the head. I'm going to do kind of like an upper torso, a bust, if you will. I wonder if they're going to make another Mad Max and or Furiosa movie. I haven't heard anything. I mean, I know that movie was like really expensive and hard to make, but I also know that it was like critically acclaimed and made a lot of money. So I don't know. A part of me wants to see another one because like I thought that movie was awesome, but part of me is like, what if they mess it up? You know, basically, if it's not George Miller, I don't care. George Miller was the director who did it, and he's the one who did the originals as well. Excuse me. Oh, look at that. We got an Irazuki. Let's see. Hello, friends. Samurai Ox saying hi to Zooks. Danny says, when you do mine, please do GMK her. Okay. Well, if I do yours, Danny, I appreciate your confidence, but we'll see if it gets chosen. For those who don't know, he had chose Mothra, and he's requesting a specific version from a specific movie of Mothra. Okay, she's kind of got her hands up, and that's like a regular hand, and then this is like a three-piece bionic. I didn't realize like what this hand actually looked like. Looking at it now, it's almost like a Ninja Turtle hand. Like it's got like 3 fingers and then kind of a pointy thing up here, and then like a wire coming down, and then a cuff, and then she's still got this jam, and then a shirt. All right, I think I made her head a little too skinny. I think I should go back that way a bit. Okay, and we'll take this all down to 50%, and we'll put next layer up of cleanup. So we'll bring the brush from 70 down to 50, and we'll bring the opacity from 50 up to 75. Yes. And I'm going to take a sip of soda real quick. Let's see. Might be a Furiosa. Oh, wait. Oh, we got. Oh, Big Dog. What's up? Woof, woof. Big Dog is here. Request. Nope. Can't do that, dude. We are doing. You're a little late to the stream. We're doing female characters only. So it doesn't have to be human, but it has to be female because it's International Women's Day. So sorry about that. Let's see. Might be a Furiosa movie. Maybe another Mad Max. And then woof woof. You know what, Ox. So when I get a chance. I will go ahead and remove your request, Big Dog, so you'll have a chance to put another one in before I do the random selection. But please make it a female character of some sort. It could be robot, dog, monster, whatever, human, but must be a female. All right, so let me move this. Actually, I got to move this ref so I can see the chat. Noted. We'll change my request. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I was saying lined up. I've thought about doing theme shows before, and since it lined up perfectly that today was International Women's Day, I thought, oh, that's an easy theme that is not too limiting. That theoretically anybody could find something they like just by, basically cut your options in half, more or less. Okay. And I'll do one more pass. Yeah, I don't want to get too detailed because I'm gonna do one more pass after this. But she's got a lot of schmutz on her, a lot of facer there. And then her shirt is kind of just like a dirty army shirt, I guess. Some kind of little necklacey thing. It is interesting when you look at pictures like this. Like, okay, I kind of knew she had like a football pad, but then it's like there's some kind of bolt on it and like part of a wheel and like just like a bunch of stuff mixed in. And then this goes across here, I suppose. The reference actually is kind of cutting off, so I can't see exactly how far it goes down, but we get an idea. And then she's got this cuff here that holds everything together. And I guess her arm actually stops right about here, kind of like right after the elbow. And then this is sort of a shield on that. And then we got this pipe that more or less goes straight up. And then we got a little stabilizer on this side. And then this one is like a movement pipe. It's like a 2-piece. And then it's got another piece coming up here. Kind of reminds me of the joint C-3PO has like right here or like on his arms there, like some kind of articulators. And then the wires already kind of do, but I'm going to do that. And then a big old thumb. And like I was saying, like a Ninja Turtle hand kind of there. And then another finger up here. And then this thing in the back, it looks like a knife with another knife, maybe. She's like, well, a knife is good, but I only have one hand, so make it a double knife. And they're like, all right, Furiosa, you got it. You're Imperia. What's her name? Furiosa? Imperia? There's a further title that I'm forgetting there. All right, and then this arm. There's another one. I'm not going to do color. I might throw a little bit of gray, but I'll leave it black and white. I think that also suits the kind of, even though it's very much yellow and orange and has a color, it's still very like not desaturated because it is saturated, but like monochromatic, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So actually, I'm ever looking a little bit too. There we go. I had her looking too scared. She looked more angry. All right, so I'll bring this down to 25. Bring this down to 50. And I think I'm going to enlarge the whole thing a little bit so I could use this space better. And then bring that down like that. And maybe tilt it a little bit. Maybe tilt it this way. Out. I'm getting crazy. All right, so one more cleanup layer to go. So we're going to bring this down to 20 and opacity up to 90. Let me check chat real quick. Actually, Ollie will. Oh, Ox dang should have requested Evil Buddy avatar from Morphers. That's true. It's a spork. It is a spork, Peter. You're right. It's got multiple uses. All right, let me real quick take a pause so that I can remove Big Dog's request. It is removed. Yes. Okay. And back. So Big Dog, you can put a new one in if you like. If not, you don't have to put one in at all, but I've removed your erroneously male request. Voot. Scoot that in. And as I've said before, when I do characters like this, I'm not going for like a super likeness of the actor or actress. I'm going for representation of the character. So I'm not going to get too hung up on like the size and shape of her nose and the proportions of the eyes to the whatever. It's going to look like Furiosa, not like Charlize Theron. Luckily, though, she has like all the makeup on her face and the short hair, so that kind of like makes it easy. When it's less of an extreme, unusual look, it's a little harder to get that. But with her, basically a shaved head and makeup on the eyes, it's gonna look pretty close, based just on that. Okay. I definitely made a mistake in the beginning. Made her look a little too worried as opposed to more like concerned, like not like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen to me? More like, what am I gonna have to do to you? Because she is one bad mama jamma. Especially in that movie, I'd rather have her on my side than Max. Max is just sort of bumbling around doing his thing. She's the one kicking most of the butt. Not that I don't like Mad Max. I mean, I was a fan of the first 3 movies, so I would take him over nobody. But in that movie, I think I'd rather have her on my side. All right, a little bit of teeth showing. There we go. All right, that's not too shabby. A little bit concern line. I'm not gonna. Maybe I'll put a little bit of the makeup stuff in here, the grease or whatever, but I'll do most of it with the shading. So this will just be like maybe this is injuries or dirt separate, and then I'll do a big wipe with the grayscale with everything else. I'll put a little bit of hair detail. I don't want to get too crazy, but I always think the face is the most important part of most characters, so I don't want to cheap out on it either. All right, I think that's good enough for that. Let me check. Mike Emirates. Heyo! What's up, Mike? Welcome to the stream. You've still got a chance to put in a request. It's exclamation point, request, space, and the character. But before you jump to putting whatever you want to put in, we are themed today because it is International Women's Day. Has to be a female character. Doesn't have to be a human, but it has to be a female. So right now we're doing Peter Palmiotti's request, which is Imperia Furiosa. Imperia? I'm still not sure if I'm saying that right. Furiosa from Mad Max Thunder Road. Or Thunder Road? Man, I'm just forgetting everything today. From Mad Max. And after I do this, I'll do the next pull to see who randomly gets chosen. Let's see. Big Dog says, in case Ox changes his request, and there's a link that I can't see what it is right now. Oh, it's a link to the evil avatar from Beast Morphers. Nice. And Ox, pipe. And Peter's saying hi to Mr. Mikey. All right, so we'll put her arm here. Let me check time. Okay, 6, so I want to wrap this up but I'm close to wrapping it up. I just want to. Normally I'd go in and like these fingers are a little bloopy, but let me make them better. But I'll leave them a little bloopy because time is not on our side. No, it's not. So we'll leave that. And then I want to spend more time on the mechanical arm if I'm going to spend time on anything. So again, there's this like weird pipe thing. Okay, and then I don't even know what this thing is, like part of a coolant system or I don't know, just junk, just apocalyptic junk. Okay, and the strapper, and then another strap into that, and a strap, and a strap. You know that song? I don't. All right, so let me look at this arm. Mike Emirates is putting a request in for Kabuki Airzuki. What is that? What is that? Well, if you get chosen, you're going to have to elaborate because I don't even know what that is. I mean, Airzuki is a streamer and my wife, but I don't know if you're asking for a picture of my wife who is in kabuki makeup. Is that what you're asking for? I don't know. That's very specific. I don't know. I'm interested to find out. Oh, okay. So basically, you're just going for rhyming, is what you're going for, Mike. I'm I'm uh I'm not sure if I want you to get chosen or not. I'm like on the fence. I don't know how that's gonna go. It could be a nightmare. Kabuki Airzuki. I will say this. It is fun to say. Kabuki Airzuki. Kabuki Airzuki. I gotta give it to you there. That's fun to say. I gotta make this a little tighter. Around her area. Arm area. I didn't mean to make that sound weirder than it was. Okay, she's got some rivets in here. All right, we're almost done. We're almost done. And some wire, and like I don't know if this is hydraulics or it's definitely not energy, so I imagine it's like mostly hydraulics is what it is. And then I don't know how that's hooked up to her back muscles or something. I don't remember how if she had to like twist something on here or if it just like moved with thought. I guess it doesn't really matter in this kind of movie. It's just it works somehow. That's fine. All right, so then she's got a little thing here and doot, scoop. All right. So yeah, I've been hearing good things about the Captain Marvel movie, which, like as I said earlier, I haven't had a chance to go see yet. But I've basically heard nothing but good things from the people who've seen it. I know there were some people who I know there was some controversy because it seems like there's controversy about everything nowadays. I don't even know what the problem was beforehand, but all I know is that everybody that's seen it has said it's been good. So obviously, whatever people were worried about was unwarranted because it's a good movie, and at the end of the day, that's all I care about is if it's a good movie. Okay, and then this goes up here. Yeah, I'm definitely simplifying the arm a little too. And I think this piece I need to move in a little bit. Made it a little bit too wide. I think down by the bottom it's okay, but I need to tuck it up like that. There we go. Dupe squibbled. Let's see. Did I mess up my mic? Sometimes I do that and you can't hear me. Nope, you're still here. Okay. Mike, I can retract it and think of something else. No, if that's what you want, that's what you want. If you want to retract it, I can. But if Peter Palmiotti, it's science. Mike is seeing it tomorrow. Nice. I would like to see it this weekend. I don't know if I'll have a chance. I still haven't seen Battle Angel Alita. I'm behind on my movies. Big Dog is requesting Solar Ranger. Okay, cool. Peter saw it. It's great. Nice. Ox. Yep, really. Okay, so there you go. That's just more votes of confidence for the movie. So, I mean, I was going to see it regardless because it's a Marvel movie and, it didn't look bad, from the trailer. It might not have been the best, but it certainly didn't look bad. So, nice. I'm glad that everyone agrees, at least everyone here agrees, that it looks good or that it was good. Okay, so almost done here. And then before I pick the next one, I'll review to make sure if anybody wanted to switch their choice or anybody didn't get it in or whatever. I won't just quick hit random. I'll like I said, I'll make sure everything's ready to go. This has like some grading in it. It's funny. I've drawn Furiosa once or twice, but always just the face. I never went as deep as this with the whole mechanical arm thing. And so I'm kind of simplifying it and doing it quickly, but it is interesting. Like it looks like there's some gauze on here, maybe like I guess for grip or something. Like they definitely. Whoever designed it, like, definitely didn't just throw it together. I mean, they did using whatever was laying around, but they weren't just like good enough. Like, there's a lot of detail and work you could see went in here where they were thinking about how would I build this out of the junk in the world or whatever. I dig it. It's a lot more impressive having done this now. All right, so let me zoom out. It's getting dark. I should have turned on my light. I think her head shape is a little bit rounder. Again, not that I'm super going for likeness, but I think, yeah, that helps. Okay. And I'll put a little bit of dark under the eyes. I think that'll help. So then I will go, I'm not going to do the normal straight black because I kind of had a red tint to all this. And I would normally erase all the under stuff, but because it's supposed to be this messy, dirty world, I kind of like leaving that in. I might even put a little texture in the background. But for now, I'm just going to do one pass of shadow. Let's see. Peter Palmiotti, Nick Fury shines. Yeah, that's also a cool thing that we get to see a young Nick Fury, Sam Jackson. You know, I've liked just about every movie. Well, I've liked him in just about every movie he's been in. I haven't liked every movie he's been in, but he's always good. So yeah, that's one of those things where even if the movie ended up being bad, I know I'd like him. So that was like the insurance policy. Oh wait, I was going too easy on this. I gotta go all up in here. There we go. Now it's Furiosa, and I'll put a little bit on there. And her hair also gets really dark. I don't know. I can't tell if it's like, I think it's like brown, but it's almost black because of all the dirt and stuff and grease and whatever. And I'll put some here and color this in. I'm kind of doing what I do with boots, which I wasn't planning on, but I think I'm going to have to do 2 passes now that I look at it because this stuff all needs to be sort of be colored a black/dark color. So I will do one more pass after this for actual shading, whereas this I'm not going to count as shading. This is more coloring, as it were. And something there. All right, so one more real quick one right here, and I'll make it a bit broader. The brush, I'll make it a 35. But this, oh, and I had that at 50. Well, whatever, we'll leave it at 50, but we'll put the shadow at this. So I want a wider brush. We'll go up to 60. There we go. So light source, whatever she's looking at is the light source, and she's all like, this is going to be trouble, but I've got a crazy robot arm with a spork attached. I'm not worried about this. This is nothing for Imperiosa, Furiosa, Mad Max Fury Roads. What? That's her full title, and then, including the what at the end. What? Everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's her. What? No, don't just start at the end. You got to start at the beginning. All right, I'm gonna put some random designy stuff in here just to kind of fill it up a little bit. Some chaotic, post-apocalyptic squiddles. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but Erzuki, speaking of Erzuki, she's multitasking because she's playing Overwatch in the background. So she's making call-outs and stuff too. All right, a little bit more of this. Sometimes I get designy, pulling designs out of my hiney. All right, that's enough of that. All right, so I think that'll be good enough for Furiosa, for Mr. Peter Palmiotti. Let me zoom in so you can see that a little better. Let me close my reference. Actually, I zoomed in and covered it up too, so I'll kind of do that. Look, there she is. I'm so Furiosa. All right, file, save as Fury 1. Done. Now I'll erase all this Jim Jams. All right, let me look at the queue. Peter Palmiotti looks great, guys. Thanks, Peter. Well, I'm glad you like it since you're the one that requested it. So let us go into queue. So I got Creed, Samariox, Danny, Dolly Girl, Mike Emirates, and Big Dog. Did anybody need to change anything, or is everybody happy to go? I'm going to check and see. I'll give it a minute. I'll take a sip and give you guys a minute if you need to change something, and then I'll pick. Thanks, Mike. Mike Emirates. I'll change mine to Captain Marvel. Okay. Fair enough. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Big bucks, no whammies. I'm not going to actually make you change it, Mike. Just if you win, that's what you get. So I got to take my picture. Creed Stonegate, 3 thumbs up, ready to go. Okay. That light is it better if I turn this? Nah, I just have weird lighting today. All right, so let me get into, the queue. Take my picture. Ba-do-do-do. Photo taken. And then let's go to random. All right, so who got chose? It was not Creed Stonegate. It was not Samariox. It was... Oh, it was Danny. It was Danny F9. Okay, cool. So we're doing Mothra for Danny. And actually, now, Mike, I will remove yours so because you'll have time to change it to whatever. Okay, so Mike, you need to put yours back in. Everybody else, you're still in there. And Danny is the winner. So I'm going to pull up a reference real quick. So pardon my face. And hopefully this doesn't crash once again. So we are doing Mothra, which is a female monster, one of the few giant kaiju female monsters that I could think of. So that falls within the parameters. Okay, and specifically the GMK, which is Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, I think is what it stands for. Okay, let me see here. I'm just looking for a good reference. This is, here, I'll just show you. This is the character. It's like a big moth character, but it's a more, if you've only ever seen the old Godzilla movies, it's a more modern one. I mean, modern being, I don't know, was that like late 90s, early 2000s-ish? So not modern, but modern compared to the very original ones that you might have in mind, depending on what your familiarity with the character is. And I'm just looking for one I want to pull from here. That's a pretty good one if I can get a good... I found a good picture, but it seems like it's really small, like low resolution. I'm going to turn this light off. I don't know if that... It's still... You notice I'm getting a lot of bright from the white here, I think is what it is. Okay. Okay. Oh, a lot of these references are GIFs, too, for some reason. So then when I go to, like, save them, it, like, gets weird. Let me see. Okay. Oh, this might work. Yes. Okay, this will work. Got it. All right, closing this up, and then let's see. Danny, the Bug Queen. Godzilla has a sister. Godzilla has a sister? Was that in a movie or in something else? I'm unfamiliar with that. Samurai Ox, yep, math checks out. And Danny says, and Rodin's mom, but she died with his dad. Oh, true. Okay, Samurai Ox, plug your fantastic print you have in your shops too. What fantastic print I have in my... Oh, of Mothra? Yeah. I have for those who don't know, thanks, Ox. I have an Etsy store where I primarily sell prints. I sell my own book, The Horror 4, but I also sell Godzilla, Power Ranger, and other prints. And I do have a Mothra print. It is not this version that I will be doing, but it is a Mothra fighting Godzilla. I don't have an easy quick link to do it, but hold on, actually I can do it, although it's... Oh, no, I can't because I closed that window. Okay, whatever. It's Etsy Gazbot. You can find it if you care. All right, so anyway, let me get going on this Jim Jammer. I was going to do just the head, but I feel like with Mothra, just the head isn't going to look like much, so I'm going to do a quick full body thing. I'll zoom out to make sure I get the most wide. I don't want to get too bogged down in the details. I want to get the shape, so I'm going to go 100 and 25, meaning 25 opacity and 100 pixels. So let's see, go up here. And obviously Mothra is a moth, so the wings are a big part of it, both in terms of the structure of the body and in terms of the color and like the just general vibe of the character. I always think of the big blue eyes as like the defining characteristic, but I think that's just me personally. I think more people think of the wings. Really, the combo is what makes it work. Let's see. Peter Palmieri. Oh! I saw coming for 2021, Godzilla vs. Kong. So excited. Third movie in the series. I am also excited, Peter. I'm excited for the new one coming out, too. I hope it'll be... I think it'll be better than the last one. And I didn't hate the last one, but it was just good. I wanted it to be great. I actually heard about the King Kong movie that they might be moving it up, that they might be trying to get it out even sooner. Let's see. Three legs on each side. Okay. So I'll go up here, and they kind of come down. And I always want to put claws on them, but they don't have claws. They're more like little feetsies. Okay, and then that. And move that over a little bit. And I think I made this wing a little too small. Okay, so the wings will be falling off the page a little bit, but that's okay as long as they're indicated. All right, so that's not a bad start. So we'll bring that down to 50. And we'll do the next layer, and now we will... I'm going to bring it down from 100 all the way down to 50. And then I'll bring the opacity up to 50. And I'm going to turn this into more of an orange-black color, like a dark orange. Let's see. Samurai Ox is pumped. Peter's pumped. Danny, Mega Gyrus or Gyrus, I don't know how to pronounce that. Biolante, his sister. Yeah, I knew Biolante. And here, oh wait. Oh, so you're saying Biolante is Godzilla's sister, is the way? Because I know Biolante. I mean, and I guess it's genetically. I never thought of it that way. Is that what you meant by the sister? Creed Stonegate. I'm drawing Kaiju 2. Finally working on pencils for Tendril today. Finally. Okay, for those that don't know, Creed has his own brand, store, company, whatever, and it is called Infinite Coolness, and he primarily does... he works for his Retro Maniacs, as he calls them, which seems to be mostly 80s, but a little bit of 70s and 90s as well. and a lot of cartoon stuff. And he makes stickers and prints. And one of the things he's worked on is a semi-obscure show from the 80s called Inhumanoids that had big giant monsters in it, which I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of a lot of that old stuff, but specifically that one. And he did oh, check this out. Hold on. I think it's sitting right here because I've been trying to figure out what I want to stick it on. I think, yeah, I do. He did this. This is from Inhumanoids. Can you see that? Hold on, let me move it. I can't see if the camera's picking it up. Oh, there you go. That's Decomposed from Inhumanoids. It's awesome. It's a big sticker. But there's three main, I mean, there's more than three, but there's three main monsters in that show. And so I kind of didn't want to do anything with the sticker until I got the others. And so I've been waiting, impatiently, because I keep bothering about it, to do the other two. Which I understand, because when I do sets as well, like I'll do Power Rangers and everybody wants the other ones from the teams, or I do a certain Godzilla monster and everybody wants the other, so I know what it's like. There's only so much time in the day and so many things you got to do. But for me, I've been waiting for the other monsters. So Tendril is one more of the three that I've been waiting for, so I'm happy about that. So I think with Mothra here, actually let me check chat. I might have missed something. Samariox, yep, Kong is 220. Okay, cool. So they did move it up. Dolly Girl, I had a moth named Mothra. That's perfectly appropriate, Dolly. Danny, Volcarona is the Pokemon version of Mothra, and yes, Biollante does have his DNA. Okay, cool. Peter, Cool Gaz, Ox, God versus King. Yeah. So, kind of like what I was doing last week, I think I'm going to give Danny the same choice. I'm going to finish this pass of cleanup on Mothra, and then either I will do another pass to clean it up more and put more detail in, or I will leave it as is and add color. I'm not going to make you make that decision yet, Danny, but that is the decision that we will do, because for time's sake, I kind of can't do both. So once I get done with this, then you'll have a decision to make. And then it'll be time to go on to more requests. So if there's anybody that doesn't have a request in, again, you can only win once per stream. So if you've already had something drawn, don't put another one in. But if you've been lurking, not chatting, that's fine. You can still put a request in. It doesn't cost anything. All you got to do is exclamation point, request, space, and then the name of the thing you want, as long as it's a female character. And you got a chance to go. Meanwhile, if you have one in that needs to be changed, let me know. Or like Mike Emirates, for example, hopefully you've already changed yours. I removed it for you. I haven't checked the list again yet, though. Excuse me. Yeah, what's interesting... Yeah, it's interesting that it's like the same character. I almost feel like Mothra has changed. Well, I was going to say Mothra has changed more than Godzilla, but that's not really true. Oh, yes! We got the fart going. Thank you, Mikey Emirates. You are a true hero of flatulence. Every now and then, things are just like going along and it's like pretty okay, but like, how could this be better? And then somebody steps up and farts it. So thank you very much for adding that to the world. I appreciate it. It gave me power and energy beyond what I thought I was going to have. Okay, so there's all these patterns in here. I'm not going to try to match it exactly because that would take way too long. If it was a print, I would be more precise about it, or a commission or something. But for now, I just got to indicate what's there. And then if this ends up being colored, it'll work out better anyway, that I didn't get too crazy with it. And if it's not, then I will go back and make it a little more precise then. So we're coming to that. Okay, and then there's some darkness in here as well. All right, so, we're at the point. Danny, do you want me to make another pass and tighten up the lines and leave it black and white? Or do you want me to leave it more or less as is and then color it? That is your question right now. You'll have a minute to think about it. I'm going to put my mic up. Mike is happy with his own fart. And request Captain Marvel. Let me check the queue to make sure that went in. Okay, that did go in, Mike, so you're good. All right. Mike Emirates, I found your chat commands list and had to find out. Yeah, well, there you go. I should add to it. All right, Danny, I'm waiting on you. If I don't hear anything in the next... Oh, there you go, the second one. So add color, just to be clear. Add color. I think that's what you're saying, but I will wait. What I'm going to do is duplicate this layer so that gets a little darker. And then, oops, get out of here, you. And I'll bring this down to 25. I'm pretty sure you mean color. I'm going to start going color. If I'm wrong, tell me. But I believe that's what I said second. I forget what I'm saying myself sometimes. I will say this. I think color is the right choice with this character because so much of it is the bright colors on her wings. I'm going to have to do a little bit of blending as well. So orange. And then a little orange on the face. Q's gonna be happy. Arzuki, I should say, is gonna be happy. She's a big Mothra fan. All right, and then I want a darker, sort of a red orange for in here. Blend that in. I'll probably go one more on this color, and then this here. I'm using, I'm still on 50% opacity for the color so that things will blend naturally. Even if I just go over the same color again, it'll blend. All right, and then a little bit of that in there, and that in there, and then, I think I needed to put some more yellow in, but before I do that, I'll go back, I'll do the dark red now in here. And I think I'm gonna start doing this to kind of give it a little bit of a texture of the wing material. Let's see. Phonics the Deer. Hey, Phonics the Deer. It's been a while since we've seen you. Hope you're having a good Friday. Welcome back. We're doing Twitch request live as usual, but all requests today have to be female characters because it is International Women's Day. So that is the theme we're going with. So it doesn't have to be a human, but it has to be a female. That's kind of the rule we're going with for today. So we're doing Mothra here, which is a female giant kaiju monster, in case you're wondering, and this is for Danny F9. And I'm getting close to being done, so if you want to put a request in, don't wait too long, or you will be left out in the cold. Okay, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of yellow. There's a lot of white too in Mothra, like all the legs and stuff are white. I'm gonna probably do the eyes last, because like I said, it's got that kind of bluish, glowy, bluish purple glow. All right, speaking of purple, gotta get some purple in here. And some purple up in there. You know, I'll put purple in the eye, but I'm going to go back to that. And then I think I need a dark color up in here. It's almost black, but similarly to the other one, I put a little bit of texture. Let's see. Oxane hi to Phonics. It's ladies' night. It's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Yeah, girl power. I was saying I wish I could go see Captain Marvel tonight, but since I can't right now, I'll bring Captain Marvel here, potentially literally, because Mike Emirates requested Captain Marvel. Which, here's another thing. You can't win, you can't have more than one request at a time. And if you get chosen once, in the show, you're done. But if somebody like Mike Emirates requested Captain Marvel, that doesn't mean somebody else can't. So if you want to increase the chances of something winning, feel free. That's totally within, your rights. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and pick a grayish color, because even though she's white, I want to put a little something just to indicate shadow and texture on the legs and in the belly and everywhere. Like so. And around the face. Okay. I think I'm even going to do another one because I don't think that... Let me zoom in. I'm so far away. There we go. I'll do it again. But I'm going to bring the brush down to 25. Just so because she's got like a very fuzzy sort of texture. Almost fluffy. I feel like a lot of times in the movies when I see them, because they're built out of puppets and stuff, they just look really cuddly. I don't know if they would be, but I feel like if I pet it, it would feel really nice, Let's see. Ox says that purple really sets it off. Cool. Mike Emirates, increase the power! Ox, increase the mohawk! Okay, some little feather lines up there. And then she has got like a dark colored beak, kind of a brownish. So I'll do on that. And then I'll put a little bit more down here too. She's got a stripe on her abdomen, thorax. And I think there's a little bit of dark in here that I missed out on, so I'll put that in. All right, let me zoom back out. Oops, a little bit. All right, not too shabbo. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with the color, the bluish color, but I'm gonna keep it way up here. Let's see. Definitely making it a little bit more purple than I intended to, so I'm going to put a blue on top of all of that in a second. Like this. But I will lower that opacity to 50. There we go. And then I think I might want to put a little bit of a shining white glisten in the eye. Like that. And then I'll put another where it's actually white on top of that. There we go. She's always got this cool textured eye, no matter what version she is. All right, zoom out a little bit. Let me check chat real quick. I'm almost done with this. Creed Stonegate. Mothra is the reason Godzilla can't wear nice clothes. Yeah, because she drops all this, I don't know what it is, like pheromones or, I don't know, dander. Emirates, divert Mohawk power to sideburns. Mega burns! Dolly Girl, I still remember when I saw Godzilla Mothra for the first time. This drawing's so pretty. Well, thank you. And yeah, it's a good movie. Good movie. All right, so I think I'm gonna put a little bit of background color and then decide. I think I'm done with the main character here, but I'm gonna put a little background color and see if I need to go back in and pop some color out. I want to, but again, time. It's always a factor of time. How long should I spend on this versus getting to the next request? You know. And whoever I'm doing, I'm sure whoever's turn it is always like, take as long as you want, take forever, make it great. But when it's not your turn, you're like, okay, great, that's enough, move on, let's, yeah. Although that gives me an idea. I think what I'm gonna do, what gives me an idea is the Creed's comment about how Godzilla can't have nice suits. I'll put sort of the glow around it, her, I should say, and then sort of put the pollen, dust, whatever it is. A little bit here. Actually, I realize I need to make some of these layers over. It's going under everything, so it's kind of not coming out as bright as I'd like. Ah, there we go. But I will make this a lot smaller. Do 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 do. You will be my friend, Godzilla. You will have a terrible cleaning bill. Your suit will never be the same, but we will have picnics together. I am Mothra. Don't you judge me! Erzuki over there laughing at me. Alright, and let me bring this up to 100% for some super white sparkles mixed in there. And then some, I think I need to get some super yellow sparkles too. There we go. Alright, and I think we will call that one done. Save as Mothra. Done, and we'll erase all this, and then I will check the request list. Okay, delete. Let me see the chat first before I go into the request list. Samurai Ox has given me some triangles. I guess it's the Tridelts. That's the Revenge of the Nerds frat, I guess. I don't know what that means. He's laughing at Zooks. Masuraya. Irazuki Mothra's a pretty lady. Agreed. Peter's got to run. I'll watch the rest of the tubes. All right, Peter, thanks for stopping by. Have fun with your night. Dahlia Girl, I agree. Good night, Peter. All right, so let's see what we got in the queue. We've got 5 in there. If anybody is not in there, right now we got Creed, Samurai Ox, Dahlia Girl, Big Dog, and Mike Emirates. If you're not in there and you thought you were, put it in. I'll give you a second. You do exclamation point, the word request, space, and the female character you want me to draw. I'm going to take a sip, so you have a minute to do it now. All right, let me check chat real quick before I do that. Danny F9, Mothra is a good mother. Yeah, a mother to its actual children and to the Earth. A good protector of Earth as well, I agree. All right, so going back to the queue. Oh, wait. We don't have a raffle. If you want a request, put exclamation point, the word request, space, and then the female character you'd like to see me sketch. That's all you got to do, and then I pick it randomly. And I'm going to do one right now, so if you want to do that, do it right now. I'll wait for a second. Boo, 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 boo. Raffle's not completely inappropriate, I guess, but usually with a raffle, I picture like, you know, a big bucket you pull out of, and I guess this is the digital version of that. And also, raffle, often you have to pay $1 to join or something, but Phonics, if you want to be in, you got to do it soon. I don't see anything popping up here. You'll have another chance before the show's over, but I got to move on. I'll give you a 5 countdown. 4, 3, 2, 1. I did that awkwardly. Oh, you got it. Judy Hops. Okay, cool. So you are in. So we got 6 people in. So now here's what I do. I take a picture. Oh, yeah. There's a fart for us. Second fart of the night. Thanks, Irazuki. Keeping it breezy. All right, so I'm going to take a picture. And then I pick random. So let's see who we go. All right, so the winner is not Creed Stonegate. It is not Samurai Ox. It is not Dolly Girl. It's Mike Emirates. Mike Emirates wins this one, and it is Captain Marvel, in parentheses, Carol Danvers. You got it. All right, so we're going to do Captain Marvel. Now, I did a Captain Marvel a while back. I think Ox requested, and so I'm going to do it again, but Mike Emirates, are the farts authentic? That's a great question, and it's an important question to ask, and I'm glad you did. No, they're not. I did not get them from a soundboard. I did create them, but I created them with my bicep. Something like that. It's better when I don't have a microphone on my head. But I did that a few times until I got one that I liked, and there's where the fart came from. So it's authentically air from my skin, but it is not from my skin on the bottom. All right. Pardon me while I pull up a reference for Captain Marvel real quick. Captain. Oh, look at that. We're doing it again. I need to get some variation, I think. It'd be cool if it could be a random, because right now it's just the one fart. But, yeah. Oh, not that one. Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers. Okay. Who did that last one? I didn't see. Let's see. Mike, that is awesome. Ox flipping tables as usual. Thanks for flipping tables. It wouldn't be the show if there was tables, sitting normally. Microphone farts only on Twitch TV/Gazbot, says Big Dog. And everyone is laughing at him. All right, so I imagine you were thinking of the movie version, but because I did that a couple weeks ago, and I just dropped my stylus, excuse me. Because I just did that a few weeks ago, I am going to do Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, but I'm going to see about a more comic book version just to switch it up a little bit. And I think I found one. I was gonna go with her. She had like an original suit that looked a lot like the male first Captain Marvel, but I won't do that. I'll pick a suit that still kind of resembles. And she had the lightning bolt one too. Here, actually, I'll pull this over. So you see, she had the lightning bolt one, and she has a couple different variations. But I think that original one, she had like her tummy sticking out. I don't even remember that. But I think I'm gonna go for the one that is the comic book one, but that is still kind of close to the move. I'm not explaining this well. The comic book version that the movie is most closely based on. That's what I'm going to do. So let me save this image here. Oh, oops, no, that's not what I want. View in browser. Okay, here we go. Save image. Save, and then we'll look at the image. Perfect. Got the reference set. Let's see. Samurai Ox. Lightning Bolt. I mean, no, I messed it up. Samurai Ox. Mohawk. Big Dog. Lightning Bolt. I'm unfortunately not going to be doing Lightning Bolt for sure. The Mohawk, I'm not doing the helmeted version where the Mohawk sticks out, but I think the version I'm doing, she has short hair, and I think this is the same version that has the Mohawk in the helmet. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't actually followed Captain Marvel all that closely, to be honest. Which is part of why I'm excited for the movie. Like, I get excited for the Marvel movies that I know about, like the comics real well, and then some of the ones that I don't. I like kind of like with Aquaman, like it was like I didn't know. My point is, the less I know, the more likely it is I will like it because I won't be judging it against what came before. I guess is what I'm saying. And I was gonna say that about Aquaman because I did like Aquaman quite a bit, but actually I don't want to do that close up. But I have read a fair amount of Aquaman. What was the other movie? There was another superhero movie that came out kind of recently that I liked because I knew like next to nothing about it. What came out before Aquaman? Spider-Man? No. Yeah, well, good point, Gaz. You can't even remember what movie you're talking about, so it doesn't matter. All right, so yeah, she's got kind of. Oops, let me move this down a little bit. Move it down, I said. She's got kind of a spiky hair. I'm pretty sure this is the Mohawk haircut because it's sort of like short spike. Because I don't remember her ever. I mean, again, I don't read them, but I see them in the comic store and kind of follow a little bit. But I don't remember ever seeing her actually have shaved sides. I kind of think it was this short spiky hair that just when it's in the helmet looks like a Mohawk is kind of what I think is going on there. But regardless, this is the version I'm doing, so. Okay. I'll check chat in a second. I accidentally covered it up with my reference. Floop. Let's see. Mike Emirates, DC or Marvel or other? Oh, the movie? I don't remember. Like I said, it's not a very good conversation topic. Basically, list all the superhero movies that have come out recently, and I'll tell you when you get to it. But it was a superhero movie that yeah, one of the few times where I knew, like, I probably less than I know about Captain Marvel. It's like I really, like, knew nothing. I had never read the book, had no idea, and therefore I wasn't prejudging it on anything. It wasn't. I mean, I feel like it probably wasn't Marvel because I know Marvel better than DC, but I'm not even sure about that. Let's see. Big dog, more spiky hair, less shaved from what I remember too. Okay, yeah. So technically, Ox, technically you are getting the Mohawk version. It's just not in the helmet. Okay, so these come down, and then the star up here, and out there, and then that comes. Oops, too much, too much. Looks like stripes coming off of the star that way, and then down here. Yeah, that makes sense. Almost got a little bit of a Wonder Woman thing with the way the stripes go, kind of here. Like she has a full suit, but if you like removed the red part, it would almost look like the way Wonder Woman's is. No, it wasn't Spider-Verse, Ox. I don't know every bit of Spider-Verse comic, but I know Spider-Man fairly well, and I did read Into the Spider-Verse, so it wasn't that. Venom, Wonder Woman, Ant-Man, Wasp. Nope, none of those. Although Venom, I enjoyed it by forgetting that I knew what Venom was. That was definitely, and yeah, Spider-Verse was amazing. That it was a whole, like, it was like they were inventing a new genre basically of animation. All right, I'm gonna shrink her down a little bit and move her up a little bit. Maybe put her on, yeah, put a little bit of tilt, give her a little bit more attitude. And I think I need to extend that down. There we go. I'm not sure if I made her too buff. I mean, I guess she's supposed to be kind of muscular. I think that's fine. All right, so we'll take this all down to 50%, and then we'll get a black line and a brush. We'll go to 20 and zoom back in. Let me take a sip here. Mandy. Well, I didn't know anything about Mandy, but I don't think that's based on a comic. Big Dog, no to Mandy. Once Upon a Deadpool. No, it wasn't. I actually didn't see Once Upon a Deadpool. I wanted to. I mean, I saw Deadpool 1 and 2, but I didn't see the recut version. And while I'm not a Deadpool expert, I have read enough Deadpool to, know what I'm getting going in. Excuse me. All right. I think this one I'll be able to do just this one pass and then also do color. I think time-wise I'm doing okay. Actually, let me look at the time. 6:39. Yeah, so I'll do this. I'll have time for at least one more after this. So if you don't have a request in and you haven't been picked yet this week, throw it in. The time is yours. The time is yours. The time is now. The power is yours. I don't know. Point is, you can put a request in. And as I've said before, if you're new, if you're hanging out lurking, it doesn't cost anything to join. You don't even have to chat if you don't want to. Just exclamation point, the word request, space, and a female character you want to see drawn. Normally I don't limit to female characters, but it's International Women's Day today, so I'm doing that for that reason. Okay. And kind of a strong chin, sure. She looks, I don't know if she always does, but at least in the references I'm looking at, it looks like she has either heavy eye makeup or just like heavy eyelashes. Like it's like definitely darker than, it's noticeable. It makes me want to make it darker than the average female character I would do. So I'm going to do that. I kind of like the juxtaposition too of like the short spiky hair, which, makes her seem a little bit more no nonsense and stuff. Excuse me. But then the idea that she might still put on eye makeup. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if that's what they're going for, but I kind of like that idea of the juxtaposition of the two styles. All right. And nose. Let me check chat. I keep accidentally covering up chat with my reference. Up above here, I have another monitor, and I'm moving my windows around. Let's see. Was it a TV show? Oh, that's a good question, Mike Emirates. It might have been a TV show. No to you, big dog. Flipping tables. Big dog. 2 can flip tables on the chat. Ox. Everybody's flipping tables. We're not going to have anywhere to sit for dinner. Mike Emmerich, give us a clue. No, you don't understand. This isn't a game where I'm trying to trick you. I don't remember, Mike. Big dog, what was the original question? A comic movie he saw that he enjoyed more because he wasn't familiar with the characters. Yes. Although, Mike, you're right. It might have been a TV show. But again, I'm not trying to be difficult. I don't remember. And I feel like it was recent, but now I'm like, maybe it was 2 years ago. Like maybe it wasn't Suicide Squad, but like, maybe it was back then. I don't know. What TV shows? There's Flash, there's Green Arrow, there's Legends of Tomorrow, there's Constantine or Hellblazer, whatever they ended up naming that. I don't remember. Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Black Lightning, but I haven't watched that yet. Well, I don't think this is what I was thinking of, but Jessica Jones is a good example where like I didn't know much about her from the comics. I never read her comic. I saw her show up in Daredevil a little bit, and I really liked at least the first season of Jessica Jones. I haven't seen the second season yet. So that's an example of it, but that's not the one I was thinking of. So that kind of could be the answer, except like it fits the criteria, but it's sort of like, what's a synonym for red? And someone says scarlet. And you're like, well, that's correct, but that's not what I was thinking of. That is what Jessica Jones is to this question. Let me zoom out a little bit because I'm hitting the bottom there. That's better. Cool. Zoot. And let's see. Mike Emmert's a comic movie star. Big Dog Guardians. Again, that kind of fits it because I did read Guardians, but I read like the older Guardians with a different team, and I did like Guardians a lot. But that's not the one I'm thinking of. Sabrina. No, I actually haven't watched Sabrina yet. And while I haven't read the comic, I did watch the show a little bit back in the 90s, so I'd at least have some familiarity with Sabrina. Good guess, though. Deep pull. All right, we're getting close to being done. Like I said, I'll do a quick color pass on this, and then at least one more request after this. At least one more. And, oh, right, the line's going up kind of. Oh, I guess they kind of follow the breast line a little bit more than I thought. Like that. Okay. I think that's it for the suit. Put a little bit of shadow there, so pop that out. And finish up her face, which for some reason oh, wait, no, you know what? She has more lines. This star is kind of three-dimensional, which I didn't realize. Like that. Okay. I guess this is semi-metallic. All right, let me zoom in on the face a little bit. And what's in the chat? Mike Emirates, Daredevil. No. Luke Cage. Luke Cage again would fit in because I've I only know Luke Cage from Daredevil and like other books. I've never read his own book that much. I mean, maybe an issue or two in the 90s. And I did like Luke Cage, so that answer fits, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. Iron Fisticuffs. I didn't watch Iron Fist. I know less about Iron Fist than I do about Luke Cage, but I didn't actually watch his show. I did see him in Defenders, and he was my least favorite part of Defenders. And everybody's told me that show is not that great, so I was not that interested to begin with in him, and then everybody told me it wasn't that great, so, why push it? Let's see. Whoa, what's going on here? Thank you for the host. Who's hosting? Oh, Mr. KT Man, welcome aboard. Thank you for the host. I'm doing good. How about you? You having a good Friday night there, buddy? I hope so. I'm working on Captain Marvel, the comic book version more than the movie version right here for Mike Emirates. He won the lucky random draw raffle, whatever you want to call it. Mr. KT Man, if you want to put a request in, I'm gonna do at least one more tonight. So if you want to put a request in, exclamation point, request, space, and then the female character you want, because since it's International Women's Day, all the requests today have to be females. They don't have to be humans, but they have to be females. I'm getting pretty good at this spiel, and then I'll never have to give it again until next year, maybe. Let's see. KT Man doing great. Awesome. I'm glad you're doing great. Samrock's guessing Polar? I don't know what Polar is, so no, because not only have I not seen it, but I don't know what that is. Maybe you mistyped, but I'm not even sure. Mike Emmerts, this unsolved mystery will be my undoing. Okay, oh, a little bit of detail on the hair, I think. Let me turn that off. Zoom out. A little bit more in the hair. Get those spikies. Spiking up all the way. Yeah. I want to put a little bit more cheekbone, I think. And then a little less right there. Maybe just cheekbone on one side. It's getting crazy with the cheekbones. Yeah, I don't want to put too much detail on her face. I think I'm going to leave it since I'm going to go with color. Maybe I'll just I'll bring the nose up a little and just leave it there. And then as I keep making lines. Actually, I'm going to erase a little bit of that. I think I went too much. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna leave that, and then I'll just go in a quick color layer, and then we'll pick the next sketch request. Let me check chat real quick, Mr. KT man. You almost did it. What you wrote with the exclamation point and request, that is correct. But then after that, you put a space and the name of the female character you would like me to sketch. So you just missed your request, basically. Polar is a film based on the silent web comic. No, okay, I have not seen that, Ox. I don't know anything about the comic or the movie, so definitely not. And then it looks like Ox is trying to help Mr. KT Man. I won't do the next request till we figure out that you got things straightened out, so don't worry. But right now, I'm gonna put some flats in here. Let me see if I could request, not request, select. Nope. Well, I could get the suit at least. Select inverse, select, modify, contract by 3, cloop. And there's that. And then I'll have to go and do the rest manually, but that's fine. That's one less thing I have to do. A little bit bigger, I think. 42. Yeah, when I was younger, growing up, reading comics, Miss Marvel, it was like a weird, because Miss Marvel originally, I guess, was in like the 70s, and she got her powers from Captain Marvel, and so then she became Miss Marvel. And then there was another character called Captain Marvel who was African American who had like kind of an afro and like a silver and black outfit, and she was on the Avengers and stuff. And that was who I knew as Captain Marvel first. So I didn't know the man, and I didn't know Miss Marvel. I knew that Captain Marvel. And then years later, Rogue talked about how she got her powers of flight and vulnerability and all that stuff by accidentally absorbing Captain Marvel's powers, and that was the Captain Marvel with the like the lightning bolt. But to me, she was already like dead and gone from the universe, at least at that point. And so then I didn't really keep up and didn't pay attention to Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel at all. And then all of a sudden, the original Miss Marvel was back as Captain Marvel, and then there was also the Miss Marvel with the stretchy powers. So like, there's a bunch of different Captain and Miss Marvels that I'm not super up on, and the one I'm most familiar with is the one that like most people don't remember. I think she changed her name to Photon eventually. The original Captain Marvel, well, not the original, but the one I was talking about. Let's see. Um, Samurai Alex, just like you did with Space. Okay, yeah. Mike Emmerich, do you remember any details of the main characters? No. KT man, how are you doing, guys? But yeah, no, I'm having a good day, man. Like I said, I'm glad you're doing as well. I think everybody's having. It's Friday, so everybody's doing good today. Samurai Alex, also this Cap Marvel is fantastic. You should really repost these this weekend for sure. Well, thank you for the compliment, Ox. Yeah, I usually put them up on Instagram after I do it, and then that'll repost to my Facebook page. So. I don't think 99% of the time I post these up somewhere. Uh, so yeah. If has there been one I did that I didn't post up that you're like, how come you never posted that? Like I don't. If that happened, it was either an accident or maybe I really hated it. But I mean, like they're just quick sketches, so even if I don't love it, it's not like I'm embarrassed by them or anything. But yeah, 9 times out of 10 they go right up on Instagram. There you go. So I need to get some red for the suit. Looks like, I'll go back in with the yellow, but it looks like most of the top is red. And then, red, and then yellow, and then blue. So I'm going to do the old cell shading thing where I'm just going to put the flat colors in and then one quick pass with a gray and then move on because it's 10 to 7 now. So, like I said, I said I'd do one more, and I will, but I don't, I'll definitely be going a little over 7 as it is, so I can't get too crazy with the color here. Oh, why'd that not go? Oh, that's better. All right, now I don't want to make the yellow the same color as the hair, so I'll make it a little bit... Actually, let me reverse this. I think the color of the hair should be more like... Whoops, not like that. More like this. Yeah, that's better. And then I'll do more of an actual yellow for the costume. So let me select just these, because then I don't have to worry about bumping into the yellow up top. I mean the red up top. All right, let me check chat real quick. Samurai Ox, this Mike is flipping tables. Ox is flipping tables. Dolly Girl, sometimes I show them. That's cool. Yeah, I appreciate that. Anytime anybody wants to share any of my stuff, that's great. I mean, tag me in it. The more people know about my art, the happier I am. Get more eyeballs, more participants, more sales, whatever. It never hurts to share. That's the old saying. Is like if you want to support an artist, buy their art. If you can't afford to buy their art, share their art. As long as you give them credit, that's just as good. It's like a free commercial, so I always appreciate that. All right, I got to put some yellow highlights in on the red, so I'll select the red now. And get these little pipes coming up here. Pipe, 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 pipe. And these little rivulets. Riv. Doesn't work as well. And then this. It's weird. I guess this is supposed to come all the way down to the... Yeah, I guess it goes like that. Okay. All right, and what color are her eyes? Blue. But like a lighter blue than the suit. So I will go down. Oops. And there. Oh, and I'll have to go back in and put some white in there. And a little bit of pinkish for her lips. Her lips are not completely pale like the way I have them. So, but not. I don't think she has lipstick on. They're just having trouble finding the color out. Maybe that. Maybe that. Let's see. That'll work. Yeah, sort of a peach. Okay, and then over top, put some white for the eye shines. Eye Shine, which was the name of Johnny Young Bosch's old band. Johnny Young Bosch from Power Rangers played the second Black Original Ranger, among others. Actually, he did the Green Zeo Ranger, which I just did well, I didn't make the print yet, but I did the art for an upcoming print of him just recently. And that's on my Instagram, too, if you want to see it. Gazbot, with 2 T's there. I'm Gazbot everywhere. Let's see. Samurai Socks, just this weekend is the movie release, and these are great. Wait, just because... Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, well, I will. Creedstone Gate kicks over a footstool. Woo, look at that. A little different there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Well, you know, before I go in with the shadow, I'm going to put a color, and I think a light green would offset all the stuff we got going on here. Maybe even lighter than that. I'll bring it down to 50. Yeah. And then I will put a little bit of a golden glow behind her. Actually, no, you know, I'll let it be a little bit yellow-green, which makes more sense. Let me get a texture here. Bring it up. And this is too bright, obviously, so let me stipple it out, and then I'll lower the opacity on the whole Jim Jam to about 50. Nah, it's still too much. 25. I'm not loving what I did here. I'm going to leave that and then put a white over top of it, I think is what I'm... Oops, that's black. Black's not white. White. There we are. I wanted to brighten the energy, not darken the mood. And then I will also bring this down, let's say 50. Yeah, that's better. All right, so I'll do a quick shadow layer on everything using just black. Right here. Select. Oops, not contiguous. There we go. Select inverse, and we'll zoom out for that purpose. Ox is placing a footstool on top of the table and then flipping the table. Doubling up. Oh, you're making Mike laugh like a Mikey. Oops. I accidentally made her look like Hitler. That was not on purpose. Let's say Charlie Chaplin instead. That's a little better. Bring this down to 25. There, that's better. We're going with the cell shading. How you like to shade? Shade with cell. Oh yeah, cell shading. Goku, how you like to shade? Not with cell. That's not what Goku sounds like at all. I wanted to make him sound angry because he has an enemy named Cell, but he's got a much higher voice. I'm Goku. How are you? Kamehameha. That's, oh, what a mess. Imagine if that was his voice. Like, why? I don't think the show would be as popular. It might work in the show, but not for the main hero, I don't think. Oh, brother. All right, a little bit of shine on that. Put a little shine on me. All right, and I'm going to stop. Okay, oh wait, a little bit on the eye. Boop, boop. All right, file, save as. Cappy Go-Go. All right, Cappy Go-Go. It's time for you to Cappy get gone. All right, so final chance. If you want to get a request in, we're going to do it now. Yes, I like that. Ox with the fart. I dig it. Yeah, filling me with power. All right, so what did I miss here? Big Dog, Goku from an Anti-Smoking Head. You might know me as Goku. And I Kamehameha my way through a lot of villains. But one villain I couldn't Kamehameha my way through was cancer. Don't smoke, kids. All right. Anyway, let me check the queue and see what we got here. Mr. K. Oh, you know what happened, Mr. KT Man? You put a request in for nothing, so it filled up your spot. So I'm going to remove it. If you want to try to put in a request again, Mr. KT Man, exclamation point, the word request, space, and then the name of the female character you'd like to see me draw. You did it and put a space and then nothing, so it came in as a request, but a request of nothing. So I'm going to take a sip. I'll give you a minute to put one in if you want. Let's see. Mike Emirates, blasting off in your fart-powered rocket ship. Goosh! That's a good one. Dolly says, I think I'll out in a request for it every week until it is chosen. All right, so let's see. Mike Emirates, you have a request for insert request here, but you don't get one, so it doesn't matter because you already had Captain Marvel. So right now we got, not counting Mike's, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, we got 5 in there, and we're almost done. So I'm going to get ready. I'll give another couple seconds for Mr. KT Man if he wants to try to put a request in. I'll do the old 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3. Why do I keep doing it this way? 2, 1, 0. All right, so we're going to go ahead and choose. So let me take the picture. And then we will pick random. And let's see who it is. It is not Samurai Ox, so throw a table. Oh, bubber, it is Creed Stonegate. Creed Stonegate, you are the winner of the final request of the night. So everybody clap for Mr. Creed. Just showing how it's done. You do it there, Mike. All right, so, oh my gosh, I already forgot who it was. It was from Captain Planet, but what was her name again? Not Bride of Frankenstein. Dr. Blight. Dr. Blight. So we're doing Dr. Blight from Captain Planet for Creed Stonegate for our final request of the night. So, DOCTORBLIGT. I'm going to put Captain Planet, see if anything else comes up or if she's the only one. Okay. Oh, so I was right. She does wear pink. I was right about that. So let's see. For those that don't know, this is Dr. Blight from the 90s cartoon show Captain Planet. She's into polluting the environment, and that's not good. Because if you want to protect the environment, the power is yours. That's right. That's what Captain Power said, so I'm saying it to you. I dig the little white streak in her hair. Oh, does she have? I didn't even realize that. I guess I did at the time, but she's got like, if you look at my cursor, I'm making it blink a little. She's got like a scarred up face, I guess. I don't know what the story is. Maybe Creed does. Like, it seems like, oh, maybe toxic waste spilled on her or something, but then wouldn't she be against toxic waste? So it seems like it has to be like, oh, I was in nature and a bald eagle scratched up my face, so now I want to kill nature. That would make sense, but I bet it's not that. I bet it's like toxic waste hurt her, and now she promotes toxic waste, which makes 0 sense. But I bet you that's what it is. Oh, they had a Dr. Blade action figure? That's cool. Like, a little off topic, but check that out. I don't. Oh, is that a custom? I don't know. But it's for the 90s especially. That's a pretty good figure. It actually looks like the character. It's not too crazy hyper-muscular or anything like that. All right, I'm getting off topic. Let me find a reference I could work with here. There's actually a lot of good reference. All right, this one looks good. I just got to be able to zoom in on it. So I will save image as. Yes, and then I will open it. Oh, it's a GIF. Ah, curse you GIFs. I wish image searches didn't show me GIFs. All right, let's try it again. Save image as. Save. All right, that's better. Now I have my reference all set to go. I will move it off of the chat so I can see what people are saying. Let's see. My camera is shocked. Samurai Ox is crying. Creed Stonegate, they never said how she got the scar. Okay, well, I'm going to assume nature did it to her. Like, maybe she has this backstory where she actually was like, I love animals, I'm going to protect them. And then, like, one of them spit venom in her face, and like, she's like, I will kill them all. All right, so let's do a base of like a dark pink. So we'll do a quick rough under. 50% and 60. We'll kind of do like a waist up sort of shot for her, I think. So she's got that. She is, yeah, like her suit is very like superhero. I mean, it's supposed to be a super villain, but like it's like a spandex, almost like a Deadpool kind of like with lots of belts and stuff, which is interesting because like the other characters on the show, like one had like a Hawaiian shirt and one was like wore like a trench coat and a hat. Like she's definitely like the most stylish. She's definitely the others are like evil, but she definitely seems like I'm an evil like super spy or something. Like she's got something else going on. I don't like that arm placement. Maybe I'll have, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give her the old like, haha, I'll get you, Captain Planet, and your Planeteers too. She's got her head. And then, yeah, okay, I'll leave that for now. Maybe I'll bring the size up of the whole thing a little bit. That's better. Okay, and we'll bring this down to 50. And another layer. Kloop, kloop. Oop, where'd my tools go? I accidentally made them disappear. Hooray for Photoshop. Losing my tools. Losing my tools. There we go. So I'll bring that down to 30. And opacity up to 75. Let's see. Mike Emirates. It was an unrelated incident involving a raw potato and a pressure cooker. It's so anticlimactic that she's been embarrassed to ever bring it up. I like the way you think, sir. I like the way you think. All right. So she's kind of got a sleeve like that. And then it comes up another kind of collar. Pseudo-militaristic. Which makes more sense for Captain Marvel, actually, since she is sort of pseudo-military, or she came from the military history, at least, or her powers did, depending on which version. But I guess a lot of the villains in Captain Planet were sort of paramilitary. I mean, they were kind of corporate greed things, but then they were like mercenaries that worked for them or owned their own company. But there was definitely an element of paramilitary, I guess, throughout. Excuse me. Let's see. Stonegate. I think she's a scarab creature hiding in I think she's a scarab creature hiding in 90% of it. Oh, so that's like her true face, and the rest of it is the disguise. Fair enough. For a minute, I thought you were referring to Scarab, the character from Bionic 6. Like she's really Scarab, the like weird old fat guy, and then she's like, "This is my disguise." And actually, Scarab from Bionic 6 had that character Madame O, who wore a mask. Presumably something was wrong with her face. Or maybe was she ugly? Wait, I just thought of that. I always thought she had like a messed up face, and so she wore a mask. But now I'm thinking that like, was it just that she was kind of an ugly woman, and she got the powers, and then like, well, you wear this mask. You could be on the team, but you're too ugly. That's kind of messed up if that's what it is. I don't remember for sure, but I kind of think I'm right as I'm thinking about it, and I don't think it registered as a kid how like mean that is. All right, so she's got these pockets. And I think I'm just going to do this one pass so that I could go in with color, because, and then I'm not going to give you the choice, Creed, because cartoons need color more often. So your voice has been silenced, Stonegate. Silenced. Now, I think also because this pass is coming out halfway decent. Usually when it's like there's a big gap where if I did another pass, it would improve it vastly. That's when I sort of like, well, what's more worthwhile? But this pass is actually coming out good enough that even if I did another pass real quick, it wouldn't drastically improve the quality, but the color will drastically improve it. So we'll go that way. She's got a lot of pouches. I don't know what's in all of them. Probably, toxic waste and poison, and one of them has like explosives. But she only uses them for like blowing up dams and getting away, never for like throwing at a Planeteer or Captain Planet. Because that would be, she's not that bad. She's evil. Kids show evil. Excuse me. Let me see. Oh, I thought I missed something new, but it's the same old Scarab comment. All right. So actually, I meant to do just sort of from the waist up, but the way I framed it, we get more of her. Something weird on the crotch there. Let me redo that. Don't want to do weird crotch. Got to keep everything normal. She's got the weird face. That's enough. This is getting into territory I did not mean to get into. Erase everything I just said. All right. So I do think her hip, I did something weird because I was worrying about the pouch. So I kind of changed her anatomy accidentally. That's good enough. All right. So let me zoom in a little bit so when I work on her face, I can get a little more detail, especially since I barely did anything in the rough there. And like some of the other, she's not a real actress, but like Furiosa, for example, she's got such a distinctive hairstyle that it gives me a little freedom that if I'm a little bit off on some of the other lines, usually with a cartoon, there's very little leeway. But because she has such a distinctive face and hair, well, it's hairstyle more than face. As long as I get that right, I think I'm in the clear as far as people recognizing who it's supposed to be, assuming they know the character at all. So she's got it parted here. I actually kind of like her hair. Like, I like her whole thing. Like, I know she's evil, but like, I would like it if it turned out like, oh, one day she kind of becomes an anti-hero. She's like, well, I'm not going to work with you goody goodies, but you know, maybe I should protect the planet. And then she shows up every now and then and kicks somebody's butt and then disappears back into her whatever world she lives in. All right, I admit it. I have a crush on her. I didn't as a kid, but now talking about it, this version of her that I created, I like it. That nose is a little weird. Good enough. Oh, and I guess I have to make sure she has like a dour. Yeah, I like that. Right expression, but off center. That's the other thing that helps. Like, she's definitely an unhappy. Like, what are you Planeteers doing? Okay, I don't like her anymore. Talk myself into it and then talk myself out of it. All right, so let me turn that off. Yeah, okay, so I'll duplicate this so it's a little darker. Boop. Make that 50. And then I'll throw some color in there. Let's see time. Yeah, we're not even doing that bad. It's 7:07. I'm going to take a sip. Mike Emirates, oh my. I don't know if he's oh mying that I had a crush on her or that I got over it so quick. It's a roller coaster with me. You never know. All right, so... Oops, I did not mean to do that. Let me merge all these down into one. Yes, and then color. Can I select? I might be able to select contiguous, the whole thing. Can I? Would I? Maybe. Yeah, it works. Okay. Select inverse. Select modify. Or can I just contract this by 3 little pixels? 1, 2, 3. Little ones. All right, there we go. And I'm going to start off filling the whole thing with the sort of pink that her suit is. It's not as hot pink as I remember, so let me... Yeah, it's more like an actual pink. Okay. Is that the right one? Yeah. Oh, didn't quite grab everything, but still not too shabby. Shabbo. Do-do-do-do. Filling in the cracks. Scooby-doo-boop-boop. Bad. That's the Filling in the Cracks song by me, Gazbot. And the Gaz Tones. Goo-doo. Thanks, Gaz Tones. Back to you, Gazbot. Thanks, Gazbot. I'm here today reporting on the pink color that has been chosen. It's normal pink. Not as hot as you'd think. Great. Over to you. What's the weather gonna... Okay, enough of that. Let's finish the color. So you can always tell when it's getting near the end of the stream because I start getting a little loopy. I don't know how people stream for like hours and hours on end. Like I enjoy it, but I start to... Yeah, I can't... My mind begins to wander. My energy begins to ebb. I get super thirsty, even though I'm drinking, because I'm talking so much. All right, some yellow in there. But yeah, there's some people, I mean, maybe they don't talk as much as me or whatever, but like, they'll just be on for like hours and hours. And I'm in awe of their stamina. Okay, a lot of yellow. That makes it easy. And this has some green in it, but I'll put yellow on first and then go back in and cut the green in. That's all yellow. Okay, I think that's all of the yellow. And then she's got this sort of light blue turquoise-ish color. Maybe that's why I like her, because Erzuki, who I like very much, is a big pink and turquoise color scheme kind of person. So maybe subconsciously I'm like, yeah, Erzuki, maybe, you know, just get a little scar on your face and you're Dr. Blight. There you go. We're almost there. Now, in this light, it looks like this bag is actually like a lighter color, but I think it's supposed to be the same color. I'm going to make it the same color for a consistent color scheme. Whether or not it's supposed to, that's a creative decision I'm making right here, right now. All right, these are white. Is that all the white? Oh, well, the white in her hair, obviously, and the white in her eye. But I think that's all the white in the costume. I don't know if she has... The reference I have... Let me see if I zoom out a little bit. Yeah, the reference I have doesn't go down. I don't know if she has like straps on her legs or not. Mike Emirates, one day I want to do all day. One day I want to do all day streams. You want to be the one streaming all day, Mike? I would love to see that. I mean, I guess the trick is that you don't just sit there and talk the whole time. You kind of just draw and let people watch and maybe answer the occasional question. But I feel like with these, like with this show and with the Power Ranger show that the Big Dog and I do Mondays, every Monday at 5, by the way. it's a show, you know, like I'm not just drawing while you watch me draw. It's supposed to be entertainment. It's supposed to be interactive. So I don't know. I guess if I did other streams but build them differently, you know, not as a show, but like, hey, feel free to hang out while I draw, you know, something that maybe I could. I don't know. Because I'm definitely drawing a lot every day, all day. That's not the issue. It's especially like when I'm working on comic pages and stuff. I'm like really thinking about it as opposed to this where I'm kind of just having fun sketching. And I feel like I would not be able to really interact with people the same way when I'm doing that. Can't find. Let's see. Is that a good flesh tone? Not quite what she is, but let's see. Mike Emirates. Yeah, just like a voyeuristic kind of thing. I've seen a few people that are pretty dope. I'm still unclear though that you want to do that, or you like that you want to watch people do that, or that you want to be the one drawing, Mike. What is the part that's appealing to you? Because even like I watch people draw, but I watch them more on YouTube where like they're discussing what they did, or it's only an hour, or you know it's sped up. I don't know if even if I was drawing, I don't know if I'd want to watch somebody else drawing all day. Like I don't know, maybe I would. It's hard to say. I haven't really tried it. Oops, come on, you. A little bit of pink to match her suit. Oh, and some yellow on these bags. There we go. I think it's mostly done. Oh, the gloves. They're more of like a bluish. They're black, but they're colored, you know, with like a bluish because that's what you have to do so that it doesn't just look like a black blob. Yeah, I like that too. It's almost like she has like thigh-high go-go boots, but like on her arms because they're definitely not sleeves. They're gloves, but they go way up. It's like I don't know. It's an interesting look. It makes no sense, but it's visually interesting. And I'll color that in as well. All right. I'll put a little bit of black down there. Probably doesn't need it, but whatever. And then I think I'm gonna put like an explosion behind her because she's a bad person. Let's see. Mike says, I want to stream. I don't enjoy watching those streams myself, though. Yeah. Well, that's something I struggle with a lot, too, of like, like what would I want to watch versus what would other people want to watch? And it's not always the same thing. So it's tough. I mean, if you did one of those streams, I'd check in and definitely say hi, but I wouldn't watch it all day, you know? But I guess that's the thing. It's not probably, I guess most people don't watch it all day. It's more that you get a lot of people stopping in throughout the day. You know what? I was going to do an explosion, but I remember I did one recently, and it was very like G.I. Joe. I think I'm going to go instead, I'm going to kind of do some bright green, sort of toxic wasty looking stuff. Just kind of, not anything specific, just sort of designy in the background. I think I'm going to go for that instead. A little bit there. I need a different brush, though. I'm not loving this brush. I'll get you, Captain Planet, next time. All right. That's kind of getting there. Maybe I'll put a dark color in to break it up a little bit. There we go. Put it underneath the whole thing. Maybe I'll make like some sort of smoke lines. So it's like emanating. Excuse me. Emanating. Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that. I wasn't going for that originally, but now it looks like a bunch of like steam or water or chemicals coming up from behind her. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to an almost white color and a regular brush really low, and then put a bunch of like bubbles. Oh, that's too. Oh, it's at 25% opacity. That's why. Put a bunch of bubbles coming out to again indicate like it's fizzing or it's a chemical or it's just something not good, something viscous and moving. And I think I'll put in a quick. Yeah! Samuriox giving us the fart. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see. Oh wow, I missed a bunch. Except Arizuki, except for Gaz's stream. You love Gaz's stream, right? Right? And then Arizuki's giving the okay. Mick Emirates, well, this is different. Just kidding. We had enough time left for female cheddar goblin. Get out of here, Ox, with your cheddar goblin females. You go flip a table. That wasn't even your request. I don't remember what it was. But honestly, I probably would have done it anyway because that's just you gender swapping, which isn't, there's nothing really wrong with that except that I did a cheddar goblin not too long ago. So I would probably make you redo it anyway. So I'm sorry, sir. Your cheddar goblin request is disappeared. All right, I'm going to do 2 more things on this. I'm going to put another dark behind her because I feel like it's a little too flat, and especially once I then put the cell shading on her, it won't work. So I just want to put some texture to that, but I will erase as well because that is way too much. And I'll lower the opacity in a minute too. Oops, no, bigger, bigger, bigger. Cho-cho-cho, yeah. Cho-cho-cho, yeah. Okay, bring that all down to 50 maybe. Yeah, that's good. You know, I can maybe even go 75. Let's see. Yeah, I'll go 75. Then behind the whole thing, I'll put a super bright yellow, like an ugly yellow. Like that. There we go. Oh, that's looking 90s gross. Okay. 90s gross. And then I want not contiguous. Select inverse, and then we'll put a cell shade layer on top, and I'll make it a dark, 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 dark blue, but not black. And oops, I need to put it up here. There we go. A little bit smaller. Let me check. We've had enough time left for Mike Emirates. I love Gaz's stream. #1, Gazbot, everything. Great. Thank you very much, Mike. And then another fart, of course, which is great. Samurai Ox, give it a hooah, which now I know is hooah or ooah. I don't know. I always think there should be an H there. Big Dog, I chose to fart the old-fashioned way to show my support. Well, I appreciate that. Unfortunately, you can't share it except for verbally just now, but I think we could all imagine the sound and smell and, you know, pretend like we're there in your house with you, warming our cockles. Let's see. Mike Emirates, in that case, I too have shown much support during the stream. Wow, a lot of people eating burritos tonight or something. Dolly Girl, cool background. Thanks, Dolly. Yeah, I didn't plan on being that in depth with it, but once I got going, I kind of got an idea for what I wanted to make it look kind of 90s, and I think I hit it. All right. Let me erase a little. Oops, that's too big. Bring that to 100. Erase a little bit in here. Just soften it up a little bit. Like so. All right, I think we'll call that done. Let me zoom out. Yeah. File, save as. DB. Oops, DN, DB. All right, let me close that up. And I can actually move this away. And then turn this light on. See, now the lighting actually looks kind of okay. I think it was, because I don't have the light up, whatever, who cares? It's lighting stuff, it's not important. Let's see what happened here. Tacos, Mike Emirates, tacos, so close. Big Dog, chat is a safe place. It is safe, that's true. I mean, there might be farts, but it's safe. Creed, kick-ass job, guys. Cool, thanks, Creed. I'm glad you like it. Again, I always want everybody to like it, but the person who requests it is the most important one to like it, so good. Mike Emirates, excellent. She's ready to destroy all the happy trees. That's true. All right, so I'm going to start wrapping it up. I do want to send a raid over to another Twitch streamer, so I'm going to open that up real quick. Last week I didn't have a chance to do that because I don't remember why. So let me get that open. And just a reminder, you know, I'm on everywhere on social media, and most of you know that. I'm Gazbot everywhere. But Monday nights now at 5, the Big Dog and I do a Power Rangers talk show. Theoretically, I'm doing Power Rangers art, although I didn't last time, but I will have whatever Power Rangers art I'm working on up above me kind of here. And then we're going to mainly be going over the new episode of Beast Morphers, which is episode 2. And then we'll also be doing, you know, news and Ranger talk and talking to the chat about Power Rangers stuff. But it's all Power Rangers all the time for that time, which is Monday at 5. All right, so let me see who is on right now. Hopefully another artist I could throw to. Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, Overwatch, art. Okay, I found somebody that is doing art. So let's see. Oops, I need to go to my channel first. I really should there should be an easier way to do this, because like, I want to just like click them and raid, but I have to like go to my channel, then I have to like so I find them, go to my channel, and then I slash raid and type their name in, and half the time I misspell it. So where is it? T-E-H-E. So it's Tehe Pick Beast 1. All right, so we're gonna raid them. I think I got it set up right. Well, actually, let me check the chat before I set it to make sure I didn't miss anything. Mike is ready for the raid. Big Dog, Ranger Ramblings are the best ramblings. Agreed. Okay, so I'm going to hit the raid. Good night, Dolly. Good night, all. Thanks again for showing up. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for the request. Thanks for everything. And we're going to go in about 3 seconds. This is me, Gazbot, powering down.